TSUKIHINA, Vampire AU Part 8. I was lying on my back, eyes up on the ceiling. I still can't believe Shoyo knew he's my future mate. And that he's excited that we get bonded. If I didn't have that strong restraint I had in me, I would have done the biting last night. It's just that I don't know if Shoyo was really ready. He wanted it, I know. But what if it was just because of that feeling of longing for having a mate? I'm not sure if that's enough. I want something real. Like what Kotaro and Keiji have. Like what Toru has with Hajime. Like Daichi and Sugawara. Will I have that with Shoyo? I turned my head to face him. As usual, he's still that cute sleeping tangerine. His head over my arm, nuzzling on my shoulder. His arm around my torso, tightening as he begins to wake up. I really hope we have what they have. Tobio's so noisy. Tobio. I'm confused. Tobio was never in our room. He rolled onto his back, rubbing his eyes from the blinding sunlight that was now across the room. I rolled onto my side, mimicking Shoyo's position the whole night. I snuggled close, my nose loving this closeness to Shoyo's scent. He's been shouting through the mind link. He wants me in his room now. The nerve. He ditched me last night, now he wants me urgent. Shoyo smirked. I think I've got an idea why. Do you really have to go now? My body's too focused on sniffing Shoyo's scent. It's giving me a mixture of contentment, excitement, and longing all at the same time. I didn't wanna let go. I heard Shoyo chuckle as he tried to let go from my hug. No, I tried to stop him from letting go. I felt his arms around me. We'll be mated by tonight, Kay. We'll have years together. We both loosened our hug, our eyes on each other's. I dunno. I won't back out, I promise. I'm excited really. You really should have bitten me last night, you know. We would have been mated by now. I just want you to be sure you want it. Not just because of some spiritly assigned thing. I felt his hand on my cheek. His hand was warm, I loved how it felt. I would have bitten you instead last night, if only I knew how. I snorted. You're that sure, huh? Yes. So you're going to teach me during the hunt tonight. Or I'm going to bite you even without knowing the correct way how. I took his hand that was on my cheek and kissed it. I lost count how many kisses I gave, but must have not been any less than 20. I loved how he was smiling the whole time I did it. Until his brows furrowed. I'm sorry, Kay. The agitated Raven Wolf's back on mind link. Fine. We both got up and headed to the door. I'll either be with Tadashi or with Daichi and Sugawara. Whoever's available. Sure. I'll just mind link you when I'm done with Tobio. I nodded. Of course. I forgot we could mind link each other. I should remember to ask Shoyo how to initiate mind linking in the future. I really have this idea what his problem is. And that is, I'll have to make sure first. I'll mind link you. He winked, smiling, as he ran towards Tobio's room. My lungs stopped functioning for a few seconds there. Breathtaking. I knew it. I heard Shoyo on mind link after just a few seconds after we parted ways. Knew what? I reminded myself I shouldn't talk out loud as I was about to pass by Tadashi's bedroom door. He bit him. I stopped, right about outside Tadashi's door. Who exactly bit who? Tobio and Tadashi. My eyes went wide, looking straight at Tadashi's door. I didn't know if I'd prefer to break into the room without knowing what's actually happening, or break into the room prepared with the information. Who bit who? Tobio bit Tadashi. Or Tadashi bit Tobio. And more importantly, why? My best friend Tobio bit your best friend Tadashi, Kay. I don't know why everyone's shocked with how this turned out. Tobio is freaking out now. I mean, what is he so scared about? Maybe because it's not usual. A werewolf biting a vampire. You must have forgotten my folks. Right. Shoyo's father was a pure werewolf. Mother was a pure vampire. Your mother lost her immortality. My mother lost her immortality when she got pregnant with me, Kay. Tadashi's situation is different. I don't think there's losing immortality here. I'll go check on Tadashi then. Yeah, you better. Tobio's back. He sensed I told you already. He's so mad right now. Talk to you later. I miss you. The mind link got cut. Those last 3 words though. Enough to make me smile and lose track of what I was supposed to be doing. Luckily, the door in front of me opened. Hey, I'm heading out. Are you too? Nah, you're not going anywhere. I pushed him into the room and closed the door behind. Mind telling me anytime soon? What are you talking about? I stayed there by the door. He walked across the room and got to the window. Really? Never mind. I know. Does it hurt? You know. He had a collared shirt on. The collar must be covering the mark, but not fully. I could see the red marks from where I was standing. He moved his hand over to the collar, adjusting it. I'm good. Don't worry. Did you approve of it? Of what? Tobio biting you. Finally deciding to sit down on his couch, I moved to sit right next to him. Yeah, I felt it by the falls when we met them. Curiosity in me kicked in. I asked his permission for me to check on his bite marks. It was obviously fresh from the looks of it. You didn't tell me. He flinched as I tried to touch them. He covered them fully. I wasn't sure then. We talked last night after dinner. Shoyo and I kinda figured. He felt the same. So, I guess it's all good. Hey K. Are you with Tadashi? Hold on Tadashi. Shoyo's mind linking. Mind linking. I nodded and answered Shoyo. Yeah, why? Is he okay? Cause Tobio here is panicking. We're in his room. We're just talking. Are you sure he's okay? Tobio's voice suddenly went in. It was as if someone was shouting right into my ear that I had to cover it. Are you okay? He looked confused. I just gestured with a thumbs up. I felt someone touch him. Did you touch him, K? Realizing that Tobio felt it when I touched Tadashi's mark, I answered. I did. Touched his mark just to check if there's something wrong with it. Sorry about that. Never touch Tadashi ever again. Calm down Tobio. Did you hear me? I did, yes. I'm turning the mind link off K. This might take a while, sorry. Yeah, sure, no problem. I miss you. Cut. Wonder why he doesn't wait for my answer every time he says that. Took me a few seconds before I was able to get back to Tadashi. You got one hell of a mate. Excuse me. Nothing. Are we still hunting tonight? Yeah, I think I need it before I bite him back. Good, cause Shoyo's looking forward to the hunt tonight. And I'm excited for what's gonna happen after. Moon was bright. I didn't have to exert effort when we were in the forest. Are you ready? Shoyo hummed. It was Shoyo's turn. Tadashi had his thirst quencher ahead of me. I just finished mine. Do you think I need blood though? Your eyes are dark now, so yeah, I think your body's reacting to you seeing us take on our preys earlier. He nodded as he looked on the horse I got for him. It's not usual for horses to be on this side of the forest. Must have been lost. It's a good catch for Shoyo though. Hey Shoyo, you don't need to have a lot if you think you've had enough. I think I can have more. Yeah, I think I just need a little. I looked at Tadashi. He looks like he really needs more. You alright? Yeah, I think the mark's doing it. Can we rush this up? I need to go back and see Tobio. Sure, hold on. Shoyo looked back at the horse, pointed at the horse's neck, then looked at me. Here, I nodded for encouragement. You got this. If you ever get more than just a little, I'd tell you when to stop. He looked back at the horse and started on his prey. True enough, he was not on his prey long like I did. When he backed away from the horse, Tadashi swiftly replaced him. How was it? You okay? Shoyo moved his hand to his chin, trying to remove some of the blood that escaped his lips. Then, a smile spread on his lips. Can I bite you now? Seriously Shoyo? That pout. You promised. I did Shoyo. Later. Are you feeling okay? Anything weird? No. I just wanna bite you now. Later. I promise. Just then, Tadashi finished with the horse. You good now? I asked worriedly. This is the first time Tadashi had this much thirst. Yeah, thanks Shoyo. Sure, anytime. Back to the house. Both nodded eagerly. You both are excited to get back home, huh? Another eager nod from both. Tadashi's eyes were beginning to lighten up. Tadashi's going to bite Tobio tonight. I'm sure about that. Really? His eyes were wide with excitement. I hummed. Good. I haven't seen them together as a pair, but they would look good together. Tobio deserves someone like Tadashi. I hummed another. I think Tobio's good for Tadashi too. We were both lying on my bed. He was facing away from me. I was hugging him from behind. My chin on his shoulder. Everyone's paired up. Kotaro haven't marked KG yet. But there's no doubt they'll be mated. Most likely, yeah, we're likely to be mated too. But you keep on delaying it. I can see his face, pouting, from where I was. Backing up from his shoulder, I copied what he did to me last night. I blew on his neck. K. His eyes closed as he shouted my name. I laughed. Now you know how much last night affected me. His hands were tugging his hair, probably in frustration. Yes. Yes. Did you notice how agitated Tadashi was earlier? Yes, I know. His eyes were turning into what you had last night. Don't turn your entire body. Just turn your head to face me. He followed, now turning his head to face me. Open your eyes. I wanna see your eyes. He only opened his eyes midway, but his overly light blue eyes were obvious. Are you okay? He turned his whole body to face me, eyes again closed, his nose nuzzling my neck. You smell so good, K. So damn good. He inhaled deeply. When he exhaled, his eyes opened, revealing once again his light blue eyes. His fangs showed, his eyes never looking away from my neck. I smirked at the sight, my mind started getting cloudy. Now Shoyo. Right after I gave permission, I felt his fangs dig onto my neck. Cloudiness intensifying on my head. One of his hands was on my shoulder, the other tugging on my hair. I felt it again, my eyes feeling different. My clouded mind was extreme. When Shoyo backed up, I swiftly turned him around. You're mine now, K. I heard him say softly, to which I managed a snort. His breathing now slowing down. I moved a few of his hair that was blocking that part of his neck. Ready? I asked, looking for his hand. He took mine and placed both of ours on his chest. K. Shoyo mentioning my name was all it took for me to go crazy. I dug my fangs into his skin so fast, I felt his hand on mine tighten. The euphoria was so intense that I never wanted it to end. There were memories flashing in my mind. Mine and Shoyo's. This must be the bond they were referring to. I could feel Shoyo's emotions now too. Contentment filled me as I retreated from Shoyo's neck. I softly kissed the mark I made as my breath settled. I felt Shoyo's hand leave mine and ruffled my hair. I love you, K. Tightening my hug around his waist, I nibbled on his ear. I'll never let anything bad happen to you, Shoyo. Remember that. I'd rather lose immortality than lose you. Surprisingly, Shoyo turned his entire body to face me again. Can I kiss you now? I giggled as I looked at Shoyo's pleading eyes. They were back to the usual color. Mine probably was back too. Of course.